Good afternoon to everyone. A happy post Hanukkah for those that are in withdrawal. I wanted to say two things about a Mishaberach Lachole, a beautiful thing that we have, fulfilling the words of the Gemara, Kol HaMevakesh al Chavero, whoever pleads on behalf of his fellow Jew, Ne'enat Chila, his prayers will be answered first. And I think it's beautiful that we daven on behalf of other people on two conditions. Number one, that we update the list. Namely, I know many people that call or they write emails or WhatsApps and say, please daven on behalf of. However, I seldom get a call to say, you no longer have to daven for them. Either, God forbid, they went in the way of all earth, they're in the better world, or they got better, thank God. Usually you get the phone call when they're sick, but you don't get the phone call when they get better. And therefore, I am very reluctant to accept such requests. I do it, but only on condition that they will call me to let me know that it's not going to be a tfilat shav. A tfilat shav is a prayer in vain. Just like we have a bracha levatala, we also have a tfilat shav, which means that if a woman's pregnant for 4 months, it is absolutely inappropriate to daven that it be a boy or a girl because it's already determined. Not your prayers won't make a difference at that point. Therefore, if you're going to engage in asking people to daven on your behalf or behalf of your fellow Jew, make sure to update them when the prayer is no longer needed. Number two, there are shuls that have a long list of Mishaberach Lachole, and they say it usually on Shabbos for better or for worse, separate discussion. I believe that it wastes too much time, even though, as I said, it's beautiful to daven on behalf of people that are sick, and I'd like to give two suggestions in this regard. Number one, very common, each person in the shul will get up at the time, the chazan or the gabbai will pause, and you'll add the name of those that you're davening for. Or, Rav Nachum Rabinovich, Zecher Tzadik Levracha, Rosh Yeshiva of Malei Adumim, and a huge posek, he said that you could simply say, Kol mi shenimtza barishima, everyone that's written on the list, which, as I mentioned earlier, should be updated at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. I believe then davening becomes more serious. We know we're davening for people that need it. It's not just a list that we just mumble every week. And number two, not only is it serious, but it doesn't take away time, which means more people, hopefully, will be attentive to when the Mishaberach is said and not look away saying, oh no, here comes the long list. So, Be'ezrat Hashem, we should daven for other people, Kol HaMevakesh al Chaveron Ha'anat Chila, on two conditions. Number one, it's a real prayer, not just a name that we were given, and a month later we don't know if they're better or not. And number two, the list is not too long, and we find ways that people can remain in attention to it while saying it. Have a wonderful day.